It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southwest region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors Southwest.
These are the clear blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico. This is Orange Beach, Alabama. Hi everybody, welcome into the show. Glad you're along with us today. Most everybody in our region knows about the fantastic vacation and resort area that is Gulf Shores, Alabama. We're here to enjoy the white sand beaches, the beautiful crystal clear water, but what most people do not realize is that this is one of the best hot spots for speckled trout fishing in the entire South and Southwest regions. And on today's show, we are going to go just around this corner to our right to Mobile Bay. We're going to do some speckled trout fishing with Captain Patrick Garmison, who runs a charter service in Mobile, stays on top of these speckled trout year-round. We're going to, in specific, be fishing some gas and oil rigs. Now, a lot has been done to these rigs to attract trout. We're going to tell you all about that on this week's show. And in between, we're taking you around the region for your very latest fishing reports from your local lakes, rivers, and bays from our expert team of insider reporters. It's going to be a lot of fun. Right now, we get the camera and fishing gear packed up and out in our Mako 21 LTS skiff. And while we do that, we take you back to the FSN studios for your weekend planner.
The Salooner tables are projecting decent fishing action for this weekend. Saturday's conditions are listed as fair with the best daylight action starting at 8:34 in the morning. And Sunday is projected to have good game fish activity with the peak hours beginning at 9:25 a.m. The sun will rise at 7:05 and set at 7:45. And we have a full moon coming on Monday, so evenings will be very well lit. Stay with us. We have all of your fishing updates from around the region on the way. Plus, I'll return with Bassmaster Elite Angler Edwin Evers with some advice on Carolina rigging on our Ask the Pro feature.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Costa Sunglasses. See what's out there. By Luz, setting a new standard in fishing performance. Feel the difference. By Strike King Lures, #1 in fishing. And by Lowrance Electronics. Find, navigate, dominate.
Full.
You got one, Barry?
I got one. Hey, welcome back everybody. We have made it out onto Mobile Bay right now, and we're going to do a little rig fishing today. These are gas rigs out here. We're with Captain Patrick Garmison, who's joined us on the boat today. Welcome aboard, Cap. We appreciate you coming out and showing us around a little bit today.
Yeah, no problem.
We're going to fish these gas rigs a little bit with a slip cork, and live shrimp. It's a good
Nice
trout. Good trout. Yes.
There you go.
How about that? There we go. That's a good start right there. We're hoping to catch trout. Now, Patrick, out here fishing these rigs, you could catch a lot of stuff. Name off some of the species that we could actually catch doing this.
Oh yeah, speckled trout, white trout, redfish, ground mullet, flounder, sheephead. The list goes on, and all of that can be all caught just on a live shrimp.
We don't have any ice on the live well, so we're going to put the fish back. But that is a great start right there. See you, buddy. They've come out here and actually spiced these rigs up with a lot of rock and stuff on the bottom, right?
Yeah, they took and, I'm on. They brought limestone, big limestone, about the size of a brick or maybe a little larger than a brick, and dumped them around all of these rigs out here in the bay. These limestone hold the barnacles and the crustaceans and everything, and it's just a whole ecosystem that they added out here.
Couple of nice big trout just to start it right here on these rigs. We'll show you the rigs, talk more about this rig fishing, see what we're going to catch. Right now, let's get you to some more fishing and lake reports. Let's go to Gary Dollahan in Oklahoma.
Hey, I've told you before just how good the fishing is in the McClellan Kerr navigation system tied to the Arkansas River along the eastern side of the state. And Muskogee has built a wonderful facility here to accommodate fishing and fishing tournaments. One of those big events is coming up soon, September 11 through 13. You might want to attend those weigh-ins just to see how good this fishery really is. Now, a lot of top pros will be participating in it, including Oklahoma pro Fred Rumbanis. Here's what he said he's going to be doing during those particular 3 days.
Hey, I really love to fish the Arkansas River. There's 3 types of cover that I key in on. It's rock, it's grass, and it's wood. When I'm fishing the grass, I like to throw the salt flicker. This bait right here is a 5-inch bait. It's a weightless style bait. I throw it on 15-pound fluorocarbon, use a 5/0 Gamakatsu hook, and I throw it out in the grass and let it sink. And then when I decide to move it, I just give it a couple little jerks. These little appendages off to the side, they really move, and it gets a lot of action, catches a lot of fish. When I'm fishing rock, I like to go and throw a square bill crankbait like this. I'm a square bill. And I throw this on 15-pound with a medium action rod, and I really get it going fast. And the more erratic you move it, the more fish you catch. And last but not least, when I'm fishing wood, and this is where your bigger fish are gonna come off of, I like flipping the Biffle Bug by LaRue Baits. This is a double silver flake, and I got it on a 3/16 ounce weight, and I always use a little bobber stopper to peg it. That way it doesn't slide away from the weight. And I flip it along the edge of the wood, reel it, and I got it on 20-pound line. Catch a lot of fish this way, a lot of big ones.
Now the weigh-ins are 3 p.m. on September 11th and 12th right here at Three Forks Harbor, and then on Saturday the 13th it goes to Bass Pro Shops in Broken Arrow. Hope you'll join us because you'll be able to find out that one thing about it, you can't catch them if you don't go.
There's one. Wow, he hit it as I was reeling it up.
You got one there?
I do.
do too.
You got one too?
Yeah.
We got doubles.
What are you using?
Oh man, that's
Oh,
a
look at
voodoo
that
shrimp. All right, there is my first voodoo shrimp trout right there. It's artificial bait. It's one of Bob McNally's sponsors on the show, and it caught a nice trout right there. Let me give you a quick piece of information here. We are using a piece of equipment today that absolutely we couldn't do without. We've dropped the Motor Guide XI5 trolling motor in the water. It's a wireless trolling motor, and all I did was I hit the anchor feature on it. Now this is my remote control, and right by my finger you see that little anchor. I push that button. It locks in on our GPS position just off this rig behind us here and holds us as long as we want to sit here. It holds us in the current, in the wind. It adjusts direction, it adjusts speeds. We're on the back of the boat fishing right now, catching these trout, and that trolling motor is up doing its thing on its own in the front of the bow of the boat. It's just an amazing piece of equipment. Check it out, foxsportsoutdoors.com. That trout goes back with the rest of these. We're throwing them back today. We'll be right back to Mobile Bay, Alabama with Patrick Garmison in just a moment.
Oh, we got another one here. Got it in that same zone. This one feels like it might be a little bit bigger.
Wow. You've got them really cranked up over here. Welcome back, everybody. We're out here with Patrick Garmison on Mobile Bay today.
Something feels a little
speckled trout fishing.
Something feels a little bit odd about it though. It might not be a trout.
Oh,
yeah.
let's see.
That's a trout.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a trout. Nice trout.
I don't know.
Except I missed him with a net. There we go.
It just felt a little different
All right.
that time.
Look how fat this trout is right here. All right. Well,
got another one.
That's a fat trout. I want you to look at the belly on this trout. That is unbelievable.
That's gonna be one of our female fish.
How can you tell?
All of our female fish are gonna be ready to spawn they spawn about 7 times per year. They start once the water temperatures get around 70 degrees, and they spawn about every major moon.
Well, Patrick, you said we're gonna let this fish go back, by
Yeah.
the way. Let's go ahead and we're not keeping fish today, so away he goes. Patrick, you said that you can actually get these fish stirred up, or you can actually get a bite going.
The slip cork is a very effective method at doing that. The bottom right now where we're fishing is about 12.5 feet deep, so we set our knot on our line to our lead on the rig at 12 feet deep. So our lead is cruising about that high off the bottom, and then we have a leader this long, and the shrimp's just doing this, right? So it's going across the bottom, and then when it gets in that zone for the trout's gonna eat it. Well, all that being said, we get in the zone where the fish are, and then we start triggering that bite, and if there's enough fish there, if we keep them fed, they're gonna keep biting as long as that tide's moving.
See behind us here, the current's going right to left across your screen, across those poles, and it seems like these fish are right in front of those poles, so we're drifting our cork across there. Hey, let's get you some more local fishing and lake reports, and let's go to Texas. Check in with Brian Hughes in freshwater and Bill Olson down on the Texas Gulf Coast.
Hi folks, this week's Lone Star Lakes is brought to you by More Security and Heritage Safes. Now we're here at Lake Tawakoni at the state park, which is one of the ramps you can still launch at on Tawakoni. Once you get out on the water, they have fantastic hybrid striper and sand bass fishing out over the deeper structure. You'll want to use either your Bass Assassin on a lead jig head type bait, a swim bait on a jig head, if you will, in glow or white or chartreuse, or you can also use your slabs, bouncing them up off the bottom. You may have to try both approaches and let the fish tell you which one they really like. Catfish on Tawakoni are just going crazy in about 12 to 15 feet of water around the timber. You can bait your hole first and then come back and use prepared baits, or for the big blues, you can use cut live bait on the cats. And finally, crappie on Tawakoni right now are out over the brush piles. You'll find them on either your crappie jigs or your minnows at about 15 feet deep. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by More Security and Heritage Safes. Now let's check in on the coast.
Hi folks, this week's report is brought to you by Port Aransas on Mustang Island, the fishing capital of Texas, where anglers enjoy pristine bays, estuaries, 18 miles of surf, and the deep blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Plus the local restaurants will even cook your catch come sundown. Come fish and play Texas Island style. For more information, visit portaransas.org. Well, finally a month spelling with an R. That means during this 9th month of the year, water and air temperatures will start to cool. Plus the daylight hours are also getting shorter. Looking for schools of redfish to follow shrimp and bait out of the marsh on Sabine, Galveston, and other parts of the coast. Bird activity will also increase and become more reliable. Now catch a light wind day and the surf remains an excellent option. Other fall activities will mean fishing pressure will be less, so the backside shorelines of Matagorda, St. Joe, Mustang, and Padre Islands are all good options. On falling tides, the mouth and drains of back lakes are excellent places to set up to ambush trout, reds, and flounder as they wait to intercept bait pulled from the marshes. On the mid-coast, the crash channels have been good. So have Mud, Quarantine, and Trailer Islands. Shamrock Cove is starting to turn on. Now the Intracoastal Waterway out of Port Mansfield and the Lower Laguna Madre are good places early this month. Those wade fish in the deeper flats near the ICW have been rewarded. Don't forget the jetties have Spanish mackerel, bull reds, even tarpon and kingfish on the lower coast rocks. Those species continue to come in from the Gulf. Offshore anglers have had to pick their days when winds are light and seas are smaller. On the good days, catches have come from rigs, wrecks, and deep water structure for a variety of pelagic species. This weekend, both Saturday and Sunday have a double tide schedule of 2 high and 2 low tides each day. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
This is a hard pull. I don't know if it's a good grief. Might be a red or something. Okay, here it comes up.
Sheephead, there you go. Different species.
Something different. All right, I'm gonna let you handle him right there. We got a sheephead. So are these good for anything? Are they good eating or anything?
They're
or not,
fantastic
not really?
eating.
Are they really?
Oh yeah, and my wife's gonna be mad when we throw it overboard.
This is gonna hurt to do this right here. We've got some action going of all kinds here. What a great day we're having out here, catching all kinds of fish. We're on to some stuff here. Stay with us. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back to Mobile Bay with Patrick Garmison right after this.
Oh.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Exide AGM Marine Batteries. Starts like new, stays like new longer. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. With our baits, a good day of fishing is in the bag. By Motor Guide, trolling motors engineered for anglers. By Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. Welcome to the big leagues. By Fort Worth Nissan. Fox Sports Outdoors is powered by Fort Worth Nissan. And by Whataburger. Get your day started at Whataburger with the new jalapeno cheddar biscuit.
All right.
You got one?
Yep.
What is this? Oh, is that a trout?
Yes,
that's
it's better.
A decent trout right there. Look at this.
This might be the big one of the day here, Barry.
So far. All right, look at this. Nice trout, Patrick. All right. We are rolling on with Fox Sports Outdoors on Mobile Bay, Alabama today with Patrick Garmison. And Patrick, this is really an interesting experience. You do this a lot, and we just proved something here. that you've been really getting bit regularly up here, letting that cork drift down along this fishing rigs, gas rigs out here in the middle of the bay. And you looked at my rig and saw immediately that I was at the wrong depth and I had a dead shrimp. Those little things can keep somebody from catching fish, right?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, Barry and I were fishing the exact same stretch. We checked it and it looked like he was about 4 to 5 feet different on his depth. And you would think that these fish would come up and get that bait, but if they're not, you're on, I think, Barry.
Got him. Well, here, I got a fish in every hand right now. Here, go ahead and take the fish. And I'll reel this one up. And he got off because I didn't get a good hook set. But see, that's what it takes to get bit, is you have to be doing things right. And that's really kind of why you need a guide to get you out here, get you set up, and get you doing the right thing. And you said that's a hard thing guiding, is to keep everybody in the boat doing the right thing all the time.
Exactly.
Right? All right, well, we got a good day going here. Let's get you some more fishing and lake reports. Let's go to Louisiana with Cajun Phil and Kevin.
Hey friends, Captain Kevin Broussard here for your Fox Sports Louisiana Outdoor Saltwater Report. I'm going to talk to you right now about late summer, early fall, which we haven't really had any fall weather yet, but we are at the first part of September. I tell you what, lots of pogey in the lake right now. Shrimp are still in the marsh, and what we're basically doing right now is following the pogey around. When you see the fish busting, taking a 3/4 ounce Johnson weedless spoon, throwing it out there across these little shallow flats. You can see all the fish busting right out there. As far as the trout goes on the lake, we're catching a lot of 1 to 3 pound trout on live shrimp under a popping cork, working mostly your oyster beds.
Let's talk a little bit about bass fishing. Up at Toledo Bend, to give you an idea, and Lake Caddo, and also on Falls River. Most of the people that's been going out doing really well, they're catching their bass at night. A dark night, 3 to 5 foot of water, got grass over, fish around boat docks. We throw buzz baits, spinner baits, topwater baits. The other way, on a bright night, we like to find a deep place that's got about 18, 17, 15 foot hump or ridge. We like to get in about 25, 30 foot of water, get up on them ridges and humps, and tell you what, throw a big 10-inch plastic worm or a big old lizard, you too will catch lots of bass doing it this way. Keep in mind, friends, it gets pretty cool after midnight. Bring a jacket along. You think, yeah, it's 80, 90 degrees during the daytime. Come midnight, you'll be looking for something to put on.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. By Mercury Marine, celebrating 75 years of marine excellence. By Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability. And by Tracker Boats. It's more than just a boat, it's a tracker.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time now for our Whataburger Ask the Pro question, your chance for advice from professional anglers. This week, Todd wants to know, what kind of knots do you tie for a Carolina rig? For the answer, we checked with Bassmaster Elite Angler Edwin Evers.
Hey, when I'm tying a Carolina rig on, if I've got big line on my main line, I just go ahead and I tie a Palomar knot. But anytime I'm using, under 20 pound test with fluorocarbon, I use some form of a cinch knot. So it really doesn't matter whether it's a Carolina rig or whatever it is. You want to use a cinch knot if you're using less than 20 pound test. That fluorocarbon is too hard, too dense of a line to tie the Palomar knot with. It doesn't matter on the front or the back, whatever you're using, but those are the knots that I use.
Thanks, Edwin. If you have a question to ask one of the pros, go to our website, follow the Ask the Pro link, and send us your information. Now let's find out which big fish photo wins someone a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week.
We've made it back to the beautiful Perdido Beach Resort located at Orange Beach, Alabama. In case you're looking for a great place to stay, this would be it. Everything is here in one location. Great room accommodations, fantastic pool area, very kid-friendly for the entire family. Great restaurants with fine dining and fantastic food selections of all kinds. Fun galore at the beautiful Perdido Beach Resort. Get a pen and paper quickly because I'm going to be giving you the information contact-wise if you'd like to book a stay here, and I'll also give you the information for our charter service that we used on today's show. Right now, though, it's time for the Costa Catch of the Week winner. Someone wins a free pair of Costa sunglasses each week on our show. This week's winner is William Connor of Lancaster, Texas, showing off a 30-pound Jack Crevalle He caught at Sabine Lake in Texas, and it took him 1 hour to fight this big jack in on 10-pound test monofilament line. If you would like to enter the contest, just go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. The right-hand side of the front page, click on the Costa Catch of the Week box. If you're the winner, you could win a brand new pair of Costas, and you can see all of the Costa frame and lens styles at the Costa website. Simply go to the front page of our website, right back at foxsportsoutdoors.com, click on the Costa logo, and once you're there, it'll take you to all of the frame and lens styles that Costa offers. The frame style I was wearing on this week's show is called Tag. Next up on the Academy Sports and Outdoors Right Stuff feature, it's the right gear to do some of this rig fishing like we were doing in Mobile Bay. It's the first time I've ever done this. We were fishing 12 to 14 feet of water and using a slip bobber rig. Now it begins with a little line tie high up on your line. You can slide that to any depth, and we had it set about 12 feet deep. Below that is a big slip bobber. Below that is about a 1/4 ounce weight to hold that shrimp down. And then Captain Garmison uses a very small treble hook. First time I've ever seen a treble hook used for speckled trout fishing. Psychologists say that some of the greatest human misery is caused by unforgiveness. It all begins when someone commits an act of wrong of some kind against us, and then we drag that burden around, sometimes for years, and we imagine all kinds of things in our mind, revenge, justice being taken, that person apologizing. Who we're really harming the most in that entire process is ourselves. What's actually needed is a big dose of forgiveness. Why? Because forgiveness heals the forgiver. It is we who benefit the most when we forgive someone else. Remember that. You can take a huge burden and a big sack of concrete right off your shoulders just by releasing that, regardless of whether that person ever apologizes or not. Forgiveness heals the forgiver. Hey, I hope you enjoyed our trip this week to beautiful Orange Beach, Alabama and Mobile Bay with Captain Patrick Garmison. Right in the background is Perdido Beach Resort. Show you a couple of quick shots here and give you the contact information if you would like to book your very own stay to this beautiful resort. It's situated right on the beach. You can walk right out to the pool, right across the little bridge, and right out onto the white sand beaches and the crystal clear water. It's a fantastic place for the entire family. And if you'd like to book a trip out on Mobile Bay to catch some of these great speckled trout, fish these rigs, you can do that by contacting Captain Patrick Garmison, again, at the information you see on your screen. Hey, don't forget to join us for next week's show. We'll be on Thursday at 10:30 p.m. with the repeat airing Saturday morning at 7:30. And you can always catch the latest episode of our show 24/7 right on the front page at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Right below that is something new this season, all of our archived videos. You can go back and watch all of our past episodes from not only the 2014 season, the Southeast version and the Southwest version, and also our 2013 episodes, plus lots of how-to product videos, lots of instruction right there on the brand new section of our website on the front page at foxsportsoutdoors.com. See all the latest photos, video, and information from fishing around the region on our Twitter feed, the Twitter information you see there, and we still have our Facebook page live and active at the Facebook address you see on your screen. From Orange Beach, Alabama and the Perdido Beach Resort, until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.